I'm a surreal too.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Thank you for your love. We bless God for you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting. I really, really appreciate. I'm so grateful. I'm so humbled and overwhelmed. And I pray that whatever comes out from this show continues to inspire, to teach people us lessons we continue to learn from it. So thank you for always motivating me, my friends. Thank you for inspiring me. Thank you for encouraging me to push on and continue doing what I feel I is inside of me. So I appreciate you so much, and I exceptionally would like to appreciate the team that is behind Amoso Real Talk. Thank you guys for your love. Thank you for being behind me. Thank you for always not getting tired when I say let's do this. Let you know we are always in this together, and there is no point in time you make me feel like I'm burdening you. Rather, I feel like we are really a great team, and I'm so humbled, I must say. So, big thank you to Industry Machines Uganda. How can I thank you? I'm so happy because this is not a channel that is too big, like it doesn't have all that big following, but you like, Eunice, we can grow with you, we can support you, we can, because you know that this works, and the way it works coming out here on YouTube and stuff like that, that you know what, we are here to support you, to grow with you, and it's something that is amazing, and I don't take it for granted. So Industrial Machines Uganda, thank you so much for sponsoring Amoso Real Talk. Thank you for your love. Thank you so much. I must really, really say that I am indeed humbled. So Industrial Machines Uganda are located in Ntinda, Kampala, Uganda. Actually, they do partner with Goyam, India. So you have the right engineers, the right people to deal with. So worry not, trust them with your machinery dreams if you have them. Manufacturing dreams, you have a dream of starting up an industry, a manufacturing company, a factory, they have you all covered. Visit their website www.industrialmachinesuganda.com. When you visit their website, it has all the details. It has people to contact, it has the location. If you're in Uganda, you're in Kampala, Uganda, go to Ntinda Dinner Apartments, B4 plot 133. That is where they are located. Mr. Ikonyat Festus is the country manager of Industrial Machines Uganda. So contact him via email ikonyatfestus@gmail.com. There is also a number, WhatsApp number, that goes down there, so you can reach them on WhatsApp. You can call them, ask anything that you would like to know, and surely they will get to you, and you will be satisfied. You will not get disappointed. They have your manufacturing dreams covered. Thank you so much for being great viewers. I would say happy birthday to those who are born today. I want to say happy birthday. We thank God for the gift of life. We thank God that all of us are alive today to witness this day. It's just because of the grace of God, but nothing else. And I would like to sympathize with those who are sick. May the good Lord heal you. May the hand of God that is mighty and powerful work wonders upon your life. And for those who have lost their loved ones, who are in a state of mourning, in a state of grief, I equally would like to say that please take heart. God is with you. I pray for his strength to be with you. And for those people, those souls that have gone, may they rest in perfect peace, and may he forgive them where they went wrong. Thank you so much. Today on Amoso Real Talk, I would like us to talk about something In this life, we've talked about, people have discussed about parents. Here on Amoso Real Talk, we've discussed about parenting, much as so many videos are yet to come regarding parenting. We have discussed mistreatment of children, but there's one thing that I would like to talk about today. I would like to talk about being a child. It doesn't matter how old you are. A child is a child, and a parent will always be a parent. So now, for starters, I would first of all, parents, we love you. Parents, we appreciate you. Parents, we adore you. Parents, we thank God for you, for the fact that someone conceived a child and took that initiative to give birth to that child. It's something that we should be grateful for. So we've seen that people complain about some parents being tough, parents being this, parents, but parents have also faced challenges with their own children. Some people don't appreciate their parents. It doesn't matter who your parent is. It doesn't matter how he or she looks like. A parent is a parent. A parent is not someone you will go and trade. It's not someone you will find anywhere on the street. It's not someone, for the fact that a parent gave birth to you, they deserve, 1, to be loved, 2, to be respected, 3, to be appreciated, regardless of the status. Okay, so we see, before we start, I will start with step parenting. Before we all judge that step parenting is one of the misjudged or misinterpreted aspects, misregarded, misseen, when someone says I grew up with a step parent, the first thing that rings in ears of the society of people is mistreatment, being treated badly and stuff like that. But have you ever imagined that even the children, us who are supposed to be children, are difficult? Have you ever imagined that some children make parenting so difficult for their own parents? So you make it so difficult for someone to be a parent to you, for the fact that your two parents had misunderstandings and they went separate ways. It's none of your business as a child here. And as I'm talking about a child, it doesn't matter what the age is, because a parent remains a parent and a child remains a child. Whether, as long as your parents are still alive, even if you're 50, you still are supposed to be humble and honoring them. You still have to be respectful and humble to them, because they are your parents. It doesn't matter what age you are. But right now, I want really to focus on people who have come of age. I'm talking about people who are like 18 and above. People who are already grown-ups and still disregard these parents. People who don't give their parents the chance to be the parents that are supposed to be, because you're too difficult, because you allow a certain stage to rule you and control you and make you feel like you have wings more than your own parents who gave birth to you. You don't give them the chance to nurture you as a child, because you think you have seen it, you think you have more power than them, you think because of the age, the influence of the age, you allow it to make you a child who is disrespectful, you allow it to make you a child who is disobedient, you allow it to make you a child or a person who dishonors and disregards their parents, which is bad. So before we look at bad parenting, what about being a bad child. What about that? So you find that someone comes into this family, she's just a woman, she has been brought into this family by this man, and this gentleman has grown up children, and these children will now put all their anger and frustration of why the father and the mother had disputes to the extent of breaking up, and you bring it on this person. This is someone who is innocent, but let's say this is someone whom you should give a chance and respect, because the fact that your parent has brought this person into your lives, it means there are reasons that are found fit between your two parents and they cannot disclose it to you. So I would say that it would be of good interest if you remain a child and you let your parents be parents. You let grown-ups handle their issues and do not get involved, because the same things can happen to you tomorrow. You know, this world lives it's you see, it's in circular form. So they say what goes around always comes around. So you don't know what has happened today, that tomorrow you'll also end up being labeled as a stepmother somewhere. So how would you feel if the children you find in that home treat you with disregard, with disrespect, do not give you the chance to be the person that you are supposed to be that parent that indeed you are? So before we point and give stones to parents, but what about us, the children? The children are also becoming a problem. Someone is working and cannot even take care of their parents. You neglect them, you disregard them. Some of you even feel ashamed of your own parents. I want to tell you that even if your parent is poor, that is your parent. Even if your parent is of any form of disability, you should love them, that is your parent. Even if your parent, a parent is a parent, and it's the biggest treasure that you can never exchange. Let's love our parents. Let's learn to respect them. You will not get blessings if you don't respect them. So it doesn't matter. This is something that is general, regardless of the sex, whether you're a man or whether you're a lady. This is something that is general. And when I'm talking about parents, it's both parents. If your father had issues with your mother and they're no longer together, one of them, either of them moved on or both of them moved on, wherever your parents are with their partners, you have the utmost must respect their partners. You have to respect them, and you have to regard your parents and respect those partners too they have, because those partners too are equally your parents. So you stop disrespecting people because they've come into their lives and you're teenagers, and you feel like now you can control who your father dates or who your mother dates. That is not right. You have made, I've seen some people, some youths who have made life a living hell for some people, because this is the stepmother. She came into the family when we are grown-ups already. We don't need her. You don't need her, but your father needs her. Even if, let's say, there's also scenarios where you see one of the partner lost the partner, and this person is trying to move on and finds himself or herself another partner, and you children, you become a very big problem. You become a stone in the shoe of this person. You make it difficult for you. You have your life going on. Do you really want to think that your parents because they have you, so their life has to come to a standstill? Some of you talk to your parents anyhow you like, just because you're the one providing for them. So you literally want to control them. You talk to them with disrespect. You disregard them as if they are your children. Some of you even give your children to your parents and you literally leave them. You don't look after them, you don't call them, there is no communication, you don't care about them. But what we should know is that even your grandmother was once a damsel, was once a beauty. Even your grandfather was once that man, that boy, that gentleman. So what am I driving at is that where you are today, your parents were there before. Now this message is general. This message is general, and I'm sending this message to people who are of age from 18 and above. You have parents, and some of you are also already parents. But because you are a parent, now it will in this topic I will also get connected. I will also connect it a little bit to the people that come into our lives. I will talk about in-laws, you know, I'll bring it in. So this is a woman, a lady, a young girl who meets this young boy, this boy who is young and growing and believing to start a family, and the parents are so happy. And it can happen in two ways. One, this woman will want this man to stay away from his own parents. She will want this man to detach himself from his mother and his father, or from his father, or from either way. But you, as this woman, you forget that tomorrow you're also going to be a mother, and your children too are gonna get married. And what will happen? Will you be happy if your own children get married and their women disconnect you from your son? A question for you to answer. And then it can also happen because this was a woman, now this is a boy. The man wants this lady to be disconnected from her family, from her parents. When she tells you, I want to go see my mom, my dad, you don't want her to go. You don't want her to be connected to her parents. If these parents did not bring up this child, if these parents denied her a life, would you have met her? If these parents had denied this man life, would you have met him? So we need, first of all, when we sit down and understand who parents are in our lives, if we only knew who they are, there is no way you can say you worship God, you honor God, you love God, when you don't love your parents. The Bible says that honor and respect your parents so that your days may be long. God punishes those just like a parent or father will punish a son whom he delights in. That's what the Bible says. So if you want to sing the goodness of God, to sing how you love God, to sing how you praise God, in any religion you believe in, I believe that all religions talk about honoring, respecting, and loving our parents. So, woman, where do you think you get the power to deny this man a right to be in the lives of his parents? You don't know how they toiled and struggled in bringing up this child. You don't know how many sleepless nights they went through so that their child survives. You don't know how many hospitals they moved You don't know how they slept hungry without food so that their child finds food. You don't know how they struggled to look for school fees so that their child goes to school. So that you don't know how many struggles they went through to become those good parents, to nurture that man that you have married. And what makes you think you have the right to deny them the chance to be in the life of their son at the point where he's the one now to take care of them? You are also going to go into the same line as them. You will also have children, and you will also be a mother, and you will have children, and you wouldn't like your children to be denied from you by their wives or by their husbands. This is just the pattern of life, and there is no way you can escape it. You cannot run away from the facts of life. For as long as God gives you life, you will have to go through all these patterns. There is no way you'll skip any of it. Unless you say you're going to create your own planet. Because even our grandparents were once young girls and young boys. And then they became of age and they got married. And they also had parents. They did not come from above. They did not land. Once we understand that the way we treat others will always come back to us, we will be better people. Your parents struggled with you. You really don't know the entire story because they cannot sit down and tell it to you all. But you also, as a person who has come of age, you know the struggles you're going through, so you can relate. It's enough for you to relate and adore them. It's enough for you to relate and respect them. It's enough for you to relate and understand that yes, indeed, if I'm also struggling like this, it means my parents also struggled to where they are, to bring us up, to pay school fees for us, to nurture us, to clothe us. You don't know how many things they denied themselves so that you are happy. But why is it that when you start, that's why most of the youth will fail to make it in life. You know why? Because you don't know the power of blessings of your parents. You don't know the power that is in the blessings of your parents. Do not allow yourself to be the cause of tears coming out of the eyes of your parents. Always make sure that you're that joy. You bring happiness, you bring smiles to the eyes of your parents. You know, actually, parents don't want too much. Not like these people you meet. That's the difference with a parent. This woman you meet wants to take you completely away from your parents. She is so demanding. But you know what? She will ask you, I want this, I want this, I want this. But you know what your parent wants from you? Your parent wants a simple gesture of love, a simple gesture of appreciation, a simple gesture of hello dad, hello mom, I just called you today to tell you that I love you. I just called you to tell you that I'm so grateful that indeed you're the parent that God gave to me. Whether you like it or not, that is one thing that we cannot choose, is we cannot choose our family. That is God. We cannot choose our parents. We can't say, we cannot decide that this one is supposed to be my father and this one is supposed to be my mother. No. So one thing you have to do is to love and appreciate where God planted you, where God brought you from, in whom he used for your procreation to be on this earth. So before we sit down and look at a lot of things, what about us sitting down and asking ourselves, am I really a good child to my parents? Have I been that good daughter? Have I been that good son? You know, some of you are working, but believe you me, that you can even spend 5 months without even sending your parents a simple dime, just a single dime. Some of you even can take months without even calling your parents, finding out how they are doing. You just live in a world as if you're the one who brought yourself. Some of you, your parents even get sick and you don't care. The neighbors try to call you, your mother is sick, and you're like, oh, sorry, she'll be fine. You don't get bubbles in your stomach when your parents are going through a situation. Some of you don't even know how your parents are faring, yet they're still alive. You don't know how much people who don't have parents would yearn to have their parents alive. And it's so absurd that those who have them take them for granted. Even if your father is a drunkard, it is not in your capacity to judge him, blame him. No. Your duty is to love him. It is only God who can judge. Who will ask him that you failed or you didn't fail? It's only God. You don't have any right to condemn your parent. Even if your mother left you when you were young, you don't have a right to condemn her. The only right you have is to love her, respect her, be grateful for the fact that she gave birth to you. She carried you for 9 months. She did not abort you. She kept you. Because you don't know what struggles she went through. You don't know why. She can never tell you the entire story. But only if you become a friend to her, she can open up to you. You don't have a right to judge your father that he's out of your life for so many years, because you don't know what really happened. You don't know what transpired. You're not in that capacity to judge them. That is something that was left for God to do. Because if he sits down and tells you the entire story, maybe you would have not even been patient for just a quarter of what they went through. What am I trying to say in this point is, if our parents have disagreements, misunderstanding between them, that is not our part. That is not our part to be involved in. So it's not in our capacity to judge them. No, we don't judge parents. So what I'm saying is, one of the things is we should also be good children. We should also, because I'm using children because we are children. You are a child, I'm a child, your father is a child, your grandfather is a child. In fact, this is the whole circle. Yeah? Your father is a child. Someone might be watching me now and is over 40 years old, and he has an 8-year-old mother in the village and does not care about her. What you're doing is wrong, sir. or madam. Someone might be 50 years and he or she has a mother somewhere, a father somewhere who is 70, 80, 90, and does not want to know how she's faring, what she's eating. They really don't want, and you all can relate what I'm saying. That is true. You sit down and evaluate yourself. We are also bad children, very bad children, which is bad. Which is bad. We have to love our parents, we have to honor them, we have to be humble to them, we have to respect them, we have to love them, we have to provide for them, because as they grow older, they reach an age where we are the ones to take care of them. They become our responsibility, just as we weigh their responsibility. So, for us to have more blessings, for us to grow more, for us to be more happier, do you know how happy it is when you have that good connection with your parents? For you, my brother and my sister, who did not have a chance to be with either of your parents, maybe they split when you were young and you got the chance to meet either of them when you're grown up, I want to advise you that do not carry that anger of them not being in your life, but rather I want you to embrace them, and they have a lot to offer. Parents have a lot to offer to us in terms of advice, because I've seen it before us. There's an African proverb says that what an old man sees while sitting, a young man cannot see while standing. Even if you have so many ladders and you climb up, you'll never see what this old man sees while they are seated. So I hope you understand where I'm coming from, what I'm trying to say. So if your parents, if you met your mother, for example, when you were 35, do not judge her, do not carry anger, but embrace her and allow her to be a part of your life. Same applies if you met your father and he wasn't in your life. We don't have the right to judge him, but we have to love him, embrace him, and allow him to be a father in our lives, and accept him, because he cannot tell us it all. You know, you can relate to someone who has lost their parents at a young age. They would wish that at least if they had been with them for some time. So embrace them, love them. And for you, my dear ones, who have lost both your parents or either of them, and you have people who are being part of your life, acting as parents or guardians to you, do not look at the way they treat you or the mistakes they do, but rather embrace the parenthood that they are giving unto you. Receive it with honor and respect and with love, because definitely they are teaching you something. So because in this life it's about honor, let us honor those people, our parents, guardians, our grandparents, all those people that have been in our lives, that have been parents to us. Let us honor them, and there is no way we can say we are praying and God does not answer our prayers, or you think, why? Because you cannot call on God when you don't honor your parents, or you don't honor that grandmother who was there for you. You don't honor those guardians. So let's honor them, let's love and appreciate them. I believe you have gotten something, one or two things from what we are talking about today. It's about honoring our parents and giving them the chance to be the parents in our lives, and appreciating them and loving and respecting them, so that tomorrow our own children will do the same to us. However, it's been me, Amoso Eunice from Amoso Real Talk. From my team and I, we want to say a big thank you for your love. Thank you very much for being great viewers and listeners. We pray that whatever we get to talk on this table, whatever we bring on the table of Amoso Real Talk, is an inspiration to someone. You get inspired and you change. We want you to change. If you know you've been someone who has been neglecting your parents, it's high time you sit, evaluate yourself, and do the needful, so that God will bless you, so that the blessings of God will flourish and overflow upon your head. It's been me. I love you so much. May the good Lord bless you for me. And Industry Machines Uganda, our great sponsors, visit them, www.industrymachines.uganda.com. That's their website. And if you want to visit their office and you're in Kampala, it's at Ntinda Dinner Apartments, B4 plot 133. That's where they are located. And Mr. Ikonyat Festus, their country manager, he's always available in the emails or phone call, ikonyatfestus@gmail.com. Reach him out, ask questions, and you shall receive all the answers that you need. They have your manufacturing dreams covered. So we love you, we appreciate you. May the good Lord bless you for me. May he bless you for me. May he grant your prayers, but most importantly, may he make you understand that your parents are your earthly gods. We love you. We bless you. Shalom.